Alrighty. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta fix this. All right. Happy, wonderful, friggin' Thursday. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and scroll to wherever you want. But hello and welcome and enjoy. All right. This over here. We're good there. I need these guys. Let's see, can I? Oh, I can do that. Look at that. Hey, that's pretty cool. Hey, Melissa, I added you as a moderator. See, look at you. You have a little thing next to your name. All right, let me fix this. Okay, I think we're good there. That's really, really bright. That's really bright. You saw it? Does it, how does it appear on your end? Does it say, oh, you're added as a moderator? How does it work? How does that work on your end? I'm curious. Hello, Marie. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. I am oh, it shows that you were added. Oh, it sends a notification. Oh, well, look at that. All right. Look at TikTok sending notifications. All right. So yeah, I am offering free and paid services, or free and paid readings. Free and paid readings. Okay. So hello and welcome. My name is Angelica, and I am going to be your facilitator tonight. I am a healer, a quantum healer, an empath, an intuitive empath, and a channel. Okay. So that allows me to really go deeply into someone's field and pull the information that is wanting to come up at any in any moment. And that typically is going to be reflective of, the things that want to come in or come up for great, deeper self-awareness, transformation, catalyzing you in that way. Okay. So, feel free to like the live. Let me know where you're from. I'm from Colorado. My name is Angelica. By the way, I think I said that already. And yeah, so we got Arizona, we got Kansas City. I love it. So, oh, Massachusetts, I like it. Cape Cod. So, Illinois. Texas. I like it. Blue Collar Paranormal. What is that? Is that a legit place? I've never heard of it. We got Virginia. I think that's Arizona. AR is Arizona, right? You're testing me. New Orleans. I love it. Okay. So, while y'all keep saying the things, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. And I am going to be offering free and paid readings. Okay. Oh, Melissa, you're in Arkansas? Oh, AR. Okay. I wasn't sure if AR was, oh, AZ is Arizona. Yeah, AR. I wasn't sure if, never mind. I'm bad at the abbreviations. As you can tell. So I am offering free and paid readings along with paid services. Okay. So as for my free readings tonight, I do tend to switch it up on occasion. Okay. But tonight they're free general readings. So, that does mean the free general readings doesn't include, you know, the questions. I see the questions coming in, right? So the free general does not include questions or, you know, going into career. What else do people ask for? Love, relationship, health, etc. And they're just general readings, okay? So if you do want a free general reading, leave a name, leave a comment with your name. Leave a name with your comment, please. All right. And so as for the paid services, my dears, I am offering paid readings as well as paid services. Okay. And this is what they look like. Paid readings, we do go into more depth. This is where you can answer, you get your questions answered. You can ask up to 3 questions, etc. Yeah, that's as far as the readings go. Okay. And then you can go into relationship, more than just general. Okay. I also am a badass energy worker and energy clearer. So I also do that. I do mediumship, multidimensional mediumship, and DNA activation. Those are my paid services. Okay. In fact, let me put the poll down there so that you can find the services there. Okay. So if you do want to pay for a service, or pay for a reading or a service, I do recommend you do it early. Okay. And if you do want to donate, all the links to donate are my profile, and then you let me know in the comments that you donated. Okay. 1 second. All right, sweet. Let's get it going with our free paid readings. Yeah, that makes sense. With our free readings. Okay. So I'm just going to tune into the our free paid readings, right? I'm just going to tune into the collective here. Thank y'all for hanging out. I appreciate you. Please know that. I stumble over my words a lot. That's okay. That's just how I do. So try to keep up the best you can. And I want you to know that this space is always intended for the highest and best good of all. So whatever, you know, if I'm reading for someone else and it's not for you, but you hear something that resonates with you, or you hear something that like it catches your ear, take it, pay attention to it, take it, you know, apply it to your life in a way that resonates for you or that applies to your life, right? That's how these things work. So this, just learn to, this space is about learning to, even if you are specifically not being read for, it challenges you to become more open and aware to receive the incoming flow of information that's actually for you. Okay. So everything here is always for the highest and best good. All right. There is no harm done ever. No energy is taken that is not freely given. And we always work with the highest respect and honor to divine will, free will, and universal law. And so it is. Okay. All right. So I'm actually seeing, oh, that's cool. Look at that shit. I like you. Thank you for the ghost. That was dope as fuck. So the readings, the free readings, my dears, no questions, okay? It's just general readings. All right? Courtney, I'm feeling you kind of go off in my head. Are you here? Let me know that you're here. So when I do call your name, let me know that you're here. Send me an emoji, say here, something, just so that I know you're here and you're watching and you're paying attention. All right, I got you, Courtney. So I'm going to connect to your energy first. Okay, there you are. So you will notice that I tend to close my eyes when I read. That's so I can focus. Because if I look at the comments floating by, I tend to lose my focus. So I like to close my eyes. Ooh, interesting. There's a lot. There's a lot going on, Courtney. I got two cards, so I'm going to keep them. Ooh, interesting. All right. Are you ready? All right. So this is about past life integration. This is your first card. This is about initiation. Initiations are stages or cycles or, you know, a time in our life when we are being called to stretch and get out of our comfort zone. And you know, initiations aren't really comfortable. They're designed to get us out of our comfort zone. So we're stretching. We might feel a little like, why am I doing this? I don't want to do this, especially if we like being in our comfort zone. But that's what initiations are, okay? So this is about past life integration. As it pertains, I'm listening to the cards. What's up, Ellie? How are you? As it pertains to choice, okay? And this is going to support you in your expansion. So when I tune into the vibration or the frequency of choice, it tends to take me to the solar plexus, right? That's where our choices, where our ability to choose for ourselves, to take responsibility for our choices, and it's also about our power, right? So it feels to me that you're in a space of time, like a cycle of time, an initiatic cycle of time, where you are integrating your power of choice and learning how to recognize when you are making a choice, because we're always making a choice. Even when we say, I don't have a choice, that's a choice to deny our own power, deny our own choice, right? Even when we don't make a choice or when we are indecisive, we're still making a choice, okay? So you are specifically in a cycle of reactivating your power so that you can reintegrate your power, so that you're not bypassing it, you're not denying it, rejecting it, giving it away. However, it does get to be your choice, but this is where I feel you being guided, okay? You're being guided to reintegrate your power of choice and to understand that you always have a choice. Even when you think you don't, you do, okay? Very, very powerful activation and initiation that you're going through right now. I would be very, very open to understanding and recognizing where like if I was you, I'd be asking myself these types of questions, like journaling, self-reflectioning, whatever, right? Where am I giving my power away? Where have I given my power away in the past? Maybe where am I reactivating my power? Where have I disowned my power? Where have I rejected my power? And where have I given my power away? Because it's when we become aware of, for example, where am I giving my power away? When we become aware of where am I giving my power away? That allows me to have more deeper self-awareness, and it then allows you to choose where, you know, what do you want to do from that? Do you just want to leave it there? Do you want to bring in your power? Do you want to learn how to reintegrate your power? It gives you it's very, very powerful. And it's too much to go into in a live general reading, but this is super, 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 super powerful. This is about power of choice. And this is big, 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 because it's going to allow you to reclaim your power and own your fucking power. Okay. Like the badass you are. But I'm going to leave it there because it can go a lot. It can go a lot. Okay. But if you do feel called, you can always book me for a deeper. We can go way more in depth, okay? But that is the gist of where you're at. I would be very open and then ask myself those questions, see what percolates, see what comes up, so as to bring the things up, okay, and become more aware and kind of lean into this activation of power, because you're being led there, whether you go kicking or screaming or whether you go willingly. Does that make sense? So yeah, I hope that makes sense. I love that. Thank you. That's right where I'm at in life. Yeah. Okay. So it makes sense. I like it. I like it. All right. You feel called out too, Erica? See, that's how spirit works. If it resonates, take it. I would, Erica, if you feel called out and you feel like that resonates with you too, I'd invite you to do some journaling or self-reflection on those questions as well. Hi, Denise. So today is the free general readings. The free readings are general only. Okay. I do switch it up from time to time, but today it's general only. And then for that, you just leave a comment with your name. There's no questions. But if you do want to pay for a reading and ask your question, you're totally welcome to do that as well. Okay. So there's options. Otherwise, there's other readers on TikTok that does that. Whatchamacallit? Okay, I'm way back. I'm way behind on the It's funny how people want to shit all over you, right? You should do this, you should do that. I do what I want. Thank you to Melissa, our moderator. she's in the comments. So if anybody has questions, please feel free to ask Melissa. Yeah, I should do me. Yeah, exactly. Hold on, I'm gonna scroll here. Jacqueline, I'm feeling you, my dear. Let me know that you're here. Hi, Amanda. I do offer mediumship as a paid service. However, I will say my mediumship does work a little bit differently. If you're looking to like really talk one-on-one, I might not be the person for when I facilitate mediumship. And you can go and watch my past lives on my YouTube channel and see if you want to look. But how it tends to come through me is there's like a validation. There's like a part of validation. Like this is who's coming through. And sometimes there's people that come from your lineage that you might not know. And you can also choose who you want to talk to. But even in those cases, I've had people like, no, that person doesn't want to come in. Another person comes in. So it can be a little dicey sometimes. However, at the same time, what comes through for me is because I work with ancestral energy a lot and I'm a healer, I tend to bring forth some kind of ancestral healing. So if you are wanting to talk to your mom and get more things, I would say follow your intuitive guidance. Because I've had people, I've connected with past loved ones that do bring messages. But it kind of varies. Depends on the people. It depends on the connection. It depends on what's to come through. Does that make sense? Okay, Jacqueline. Okay, I see you. Hey, Michael, what's up? I see you, Jacqueline. I was going off on a tangent. I'm back. Yeah. I get it. I get that. I get that. I would say, you know, talk to her. Talk to her. She definitely hears you. You know, we just got to talk to them. Talk to her out loud. Talk to her in your mind. They hear you. She's definitely with you. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much. Winky wink. All right, Jacqueline. So I'm going to connect to Jacqueline's energy. There you are. Okay, there we are. So Male hasanata amako asanate hala. Lela matata. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. You're welcome, Amanda. You're welcome. So, Jacqueline, your card is denial. I know that's upside down, but I promise you that's what it says. So this is about releasing. Hold on, there it is. Releasing. Releasing denial. Okay? So the way that it feels is when it comes through is that your head is stuck in denial. Like there's a lot of like, and when I say head, I mean mental energy. So there's a lot of like mental energy that is in denial. Okay, here's a better way to say it. It's creating denial, but there's a lot of mental energy. So like beliefs create thoughts, right? So there's a lot of mental energy in the form of beliefs and thoughts that are creating resistance against who you actually are, against what you are actually capable of, against who you are as like an eternal being. And then I get worthiness with this. There's a couple other things that want to come in that are kind of fuzzy. They might come in a little bit here, but I do get self-worth with this. Value is typically like self-value, self-esteem usually ties into that, which also then ties into confidence, self-respect. Those are like kind of the typical things that I find typically kind of go together. And so for example, where I might direct you to bring like journal or do some self-reflectioning in whatever way that feels good for you or, you know, resonant for you, I would ask myself and be honest here, where am I in denial of my worth or my worthiness? Where am I in denial of my value? Because you're here, you exist, you're valuable. There's no question. But if you're like, here's the deal. Here's the deal. When we are arguing with that and when we are in resistance to that, whether we've been taught, whether it's been inherited, or whether we've created that belief somehow, it doesn't matter. When we are arguing our worthiness or our value, it's an act of arrogance, which is like, wait, what? What? But it is, because you're literally arguing with existence itself, whatever you want to call that, God, source, you know, universal intelligence, whatever you want to call that, universal consciousness. You exist. You can't argue with that. Simply because you exist, you're worthy, you're valuable, you matter. And so there's like, it feels like you were taught and you learned how to deny your own like worth. And there are some things there that need to come up. So I would do some self-reflection about like, where am I denying, you know, I would even ask, where am I denying my divinity? because that might open some things up as well. Okay. That plus the worth stuff. Where am I denying my worthiness? Where am I denying my own value? Because your value is fuck. Let me tell you, you have value simply because you are. You've had experiences, you have value, you exist, you have value. There's no question. And what I hear is stop questioning it, stop denying it, start accepting it. I would even maybe start to explore, where can I accept that I have value? Where can I accept that I have worth? That I matter? It's very sacral energy center, very sacral chakra centered. Okay? Because it feels like it closes off receptivity to receiving, like just receptivity in general, and which can also affect money and receiving abundance, because we're talking about worth, value, which are terms that we use for money as well. So that can always affect that. But that's where I would start, and I would see what kind of comes up and see where that leads you. Okay, my dear, but it feels like denial, and it's time to come out of the denial of who you actually are, because let me tell you, you're magnificent. You're magnificent. Period. There's no fighting it. Stop fighting it. Okay? Resonates? Yeah, stop fighting it. You're worthy. Somebody told you that you weren't worthy, or like maybe they didn't say that specifically, but you maybe made that mean that. The way they talked, the things they said, maybe they did say it directly, but you believed it for so long that it's like, like, no, you are. Okay. It's been a pleasure, Jacqueline. All right. You're welcome. One second. Let me scroll through. I don't know what that is, but I like it. What is that? Maggie, are you here? Mags, I like it. Let me know if you're still here, Mags? Maggie? Sorry. Sorry. You're here. I love it. So for everybody who is watching, I am offering free and paid services. If you would like a paid service, there's a poll down below. I see you, Maggie. And then you can, if you have questions about like services or how to pay, or what they might entail, anything, you can either ask Melissa in the comments or me. Okay? Melissa's the moderator, so she'll help. She knows what goes on here. But the free readings are just general only, okay? So there's no, like, that doesn't include questions or like being specific around relationship stuff or health or career or whatever, but you get the idea, right? All right, Mags. So, okay. Yeah, we're going into it tonight. We're going into some deep shit. All right. You got two questions? What? You have two cards. You have two cards, Maggie, and we're gonna go deep, okay? Sending you love, Mrs. Steele. Okay, so victimhood. Okay. Victimhood. I know it's upside down, but you know, we got it. Okay, so victimhood. This is where your head is at. There's some body stuff here too that feels like a victim. Okay, yeah. This might bring up some stuff, okay? So we're just speaking to your soul for a minute. So there's some victimhood coming up, okay? And you're being guided out of it. However, you have to be able to release it. And we can be in victimhood in a lot of different ways. Sometimes in ways that we don't even realize we're playing the victim. You know, usually when we're blaming someone else, we're playing the victim. But for you, I feel like the head. So there's some there's some victim consciousness going on in the mental realm, but I also feel it in your body. So I don't know if there was physical abuse somewhere along the way, but that's coming up as well. Okay, and it's time to heal that shit because it's not serving you, my dear. You're hanging on to it, and here's the thing about and it's no judgment, right? So I want you to know it's a safe space. I've been here. I've definitely played the victim. We've all played the victim. We've all played the victim, the martyr, the perpetrator. We've all played all of the roles. So there's no judgment here. It's a safe space. However, when we go into victimhood, or when we're talking about victimhood and being in victim consciousness, there's always a payoff. There's always a payoff. For me, for example, I liked being the victim. I liked playing the victim because then I didn't have to take responsibility for my life and own my shit and own my power, because I was deathly fucking afraid of owning my power. Because I thought, if I own my power, you know, there was a lot of things. People are going to come after me. It was like a witch hunt thing. People are going to try to knock me down. You know, I wouldn't make it. You know, I was just afraid to death of owning my power. And so I like to play the victim. Not that I really liked it. I didn't like it. It wasn't fun or pleasurable, but there was a payoff that I got treated. Oh, you're delicate. You're it's okay. You know, I got treated as if, you know, I was incapable because that's the way I was showing up. Okay. So there's always a payoff. So I would ask you, where's the payoff? Where's the victim consciousness? Where are you playing a victim in your own life? And where's the payoff? What's the payoff? Because the sooner you become aware of that, the sooner you can begin to ask and question, okay, how do I shift this? How can I how can I shift this for the better? How can I shift this into owning my power? Okay, because when we're in victimhood or victim consciousness, we're not owning our power. So there's some kind of power dynamic imbalance in the power dynamic that's going on there. You know, so I would ask myself that first, and then the other card is connection. Okay, this is about your expansion, and the victimhood is affecting your ability to connect. Okay, what's up, Taryn? How are you? It's affecting connection. So I would say relationships in general, okay? Doesn't matter if it's romantic, platonic, friendship, family, business. It doesn't matter what it is. It's affecting the way that you show up, okay? And I'm going to leave that there. So I would, I would ask, where am I playing a victim still? So that you could shift this, so you can own it and shift it and say, okay, I see it. I get it. I'm going to love myself through it. It's not about shaming yourself. It's not about judging yourself. It's saying, okay, I see it. I'm going to take responsibility for it because it's my life and I get to take responsibility for that shit. And with that, what's the payoff? What am I getting from this? Am I getting other people's sympathy? Because I know I was. I know I was. I was miserable, but at least people weren't expecting more of me. Okay? And because that's affecting your relationships and your connection, not just your relation. Okay, here's the thing. This is what just came in. Not just your connections with other people, but your connection with you. Your ability to own your power, sit in your power and own it. Know that you're not going to misuse it, but just owning your power as a badass, magnificent soul that came to bring the light, or whatever it is that you feel deep down you came to do. Okay? It's also like your relationships, other people, relationships with you, and then your connection to source, or to your own, like your own higher self. It's like, it feels like it's kind of almost like choking that connection a little bit. Not that you're not ever connected. It's just, it feels like it's kind of choking off that connection, or your ability to like perceive and feel like, does that make sense? I don't mean to say it in a way that's like, oh, it's like you're not connected at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I can feel the connection between you and you. And the victimhood feels like it kind of chokes that that knowing, that all-knowing eternal part of you. So if you feel even more disconnected, you feel even more separated. That's how I mean it. Okay. So I would ask myself those questions, see how it percolates, see what comes up, and like go from there. And I'm always here if you want to go further into that. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Let me know. Okay. There's nobody on the list, my dear. You're usually the only one that comes in and gets on the list, or you're the one that kind of comes in and catalyzes it. But you would be the first one. All right. Is it Eva or Eva? Yeah, absolutely. Such a good way to move forward. Victor, not victim. Yeah. From victor to victim, or from victim to victor. Sorry. You know what I mean. Strike that, reverse it. DNA activation. All right. We can do that. I don't know if Eva or Eva, are you here? Let me know that you're here, my dear. If not, then I can move on to someone else. Okay. You can also let me know how to pronounce your name. I have a sister named Eva, so that's why I'm like, is it Eva or Eva? Okay, Eva, Eva. Eva. All right. So I'm going to connect to your energy, my dear. Thank you for being here and allowing me to read for you. It's a pleasure. Okay, there you are. So let's see what goes on, or let's see what comes up. We going in at it today. We're going into all of the things today. So let's see what comes up. 2, 3. All right. I'm going to do one more time because it's like feels like there's quite a bit that wants to come up. I'm going to split the deck. You had a very weird experience yesterday? Like I went through a portal while I was walking my usual, is it path? That's interesting. Yeah, it sounds like you experienced a shift. Okay, Eva / Eva, I'm not sure. Oh, Pat, very weird. Anyone knows them? Yeah, it sounds like you shifted. Okay, so here you are. There's your card, Eva, or anyone that resonates with it. But your card is scarcity. This is about releasing scarcity. Oh, Eva. Okay, all right. Got you. Thank you for correcting me because I'm driving myself crazy over here. Okay. Oh, I like it. Thank you so much. So, who was that? Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, for the heart me. The scarcity. Okay, so this is about releasing scarcity. I'm just kind of feeling in because ironically enough, I'm not receiving a lot, which actually tells me and informs me that that's how it feels like this is how what you're operating in. There's a I don't even know if I would say mostly, because I'm not sure if that's quite accurate, but I will say that there is a point of attraction that is very strong that I would highly, highly, highly recommend to, work with healing that, becoming aware, bringing some awareness around like the scarcity stuff, because it's a very strong point of attraction in your field. And because of that, or like the way that it comes in is because there's almost like a lack of information coming in, which, like I said, paradoxically informs me of what's kind of how the energy is flowing or not flowing. But it's almost like, how do I describe this feeling? It's like if I was on my last $5 or my last $20, it's almost like it's like that. That's the feeling I get. It's like tense and tighten and almost like I can't breathe, like almost going into not quite hyperventilating, but definitely holding the breath. They're actually giving me an exercise. So this is for you, Eva, or anybody else that might want to work with this. Start by calling in your higher self and call forth the frequency of abundance, or you can call forth the consciousness of money, because money has a consciousness. And then what I want you to do, or what I'm hearing them what I'm hearing them say to do from there is call the consciousness of money in and begin to breathe. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Breathe it in deeply and release it. Breathe it in and release it. And do that for about 5 or 10 minutes with the consciousness of money. Because what that is going to energetically allow you to start attuning yourself to is to be able to receive and let go without that kind of like panicked shit, that panicked scarce, like kind of that scarcity mindset, that scarcity consciousness that's coming in. So I would call in, whether it's abundance, you can do this with abundance consciousness, the consciousness of abundance, or the consciousness of money, whichever one, or both. Practice with both of them. And I would say do it. I'm hearing at least 5 minutes a day for 2 weeks straight. I mean, it's only 5 minutes. Who doesn't have 5 minutes? I would do it for 5 minutes a day for 2 weeks, 2 weeks straight, and then see how you feel about money. See what comes up. See what shifts. Because it feels like some things around money will start to come up. But if you start to understand, or at least tell yourself, hey, I'm safe. I have everything that I need. I don't, I have everything I need. I have everything I need. I have everything I need. It's okay to receive. It's okay to let go. It's okay to receive. Like whatever words come in, or if it's not words, just receive and let go. Receive and let go. It depends on what kind of person you are, like whether you're a visual person, a feeler, or a knower. Okay. So kind of work with it however it kind of works for you, because it feels like it's going to bring some stuff up. So I would ask, where am I in scarcity? Where am I still operating in scarcity? The other thing that I'm hearing is there is no such thing as scarcity. There's only abundance. However, you can have an abundance of lack, but there's no such thing as lack. Does that make sense? It's a paradox. And once you can find your way and orient yourself in the paradox correctly, then it kind of clicks in place and you're like, oh shit, okay. There's actually no such thing as lack. It's just a state of mind. It's just a state of consciousness. You can create the experience of having an abundance of lack, but you're never in lack. You're actually always in abundance. It's just depends on how you're perceiving your situation, how you're perceiving abundance, and what you're defining abundance as. Okay, so akale mahai analaha sashane oekia dele amako ya sene te ia ha asashianati amata awahas. Allow yourself to let go. Ask yourself, where's the scarcity? Also, I would feel into where did it come from? Was that something you inherited? Was it from, parents, family? Was it inherited through your bloodline? Was that something you created? And just kind of see if you can suss out the root of where that came from, because then you can actually help to release that whole thing. Okay. But you're being guided to release the scarcity mindset, because it's really just a state of consciousness that's keeping you perceiving in a way that is not serving your empowerment. It's not serving you in your alignment either. Okay. And it's sure not serving you in like remembering who the fuck you are, because you're a powerful creator. Remember that. Okay. So it's time to release that scarcity. Thank you for the roses, Sarah. Okay, Taryn, I believe that's you. It is. Okay, Taryn. Taryn, you got... It's good? It's good? You're welcome. All right, Taryn. So you said DNA activation. Do you have any intentions that come to mind, my dear? Or are you open to whatever, not whatever, but like to activating whatever is ready to activate will naturally be activated. So on top of that, if you have any intentions, then whatever. So it's been said that we have junk DNA, right? but that's a falsity. It's a false. It's a false. It's false. So a DNA activation is literally awakening and activating the DNA that is ready to be activated. So as because as our DNA activates, we bring in remembrance of, like maybe past lives. We might remember, our multidimensional selves. We might remember our gifts. Like there's a lot of different things that can awaken and come online in a DNA activation. But it's really just activating the DNA that's ready to activate, and that kind of depends. I've had people have intentions to activate like their clairvoyance, and I can't remember the other one, but really for the most part it's the DNA that's ready to be activated and ready to come online, and then plus whatever other intentions. Okay, that's kind of what, does that make sense? Because DNA, like we have, what do we have, two strands? Two strands. We actually meant as human to have 12 strands of DNA, because as we awaken our DNA and we remember, because our DNA has been deconstructed, it's been spliced and fucked with. So as to, that's where we're operating right now. But as we bring in all of the other strands and activate the 12 strand DNA, that's literally activating our multidimensional self. So that it's going to take some generations. All right. It's going to take some generations to do this. But DNA activation is just awakening the DNA that is ready to be awakened. And that can hold many different things. You would like to enhance your claircognizance? I'm open for anything else. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I will. Makes total sense. Okay, good. Alrighty. So wait 1 second. Let me make sure that I am. All right. DNA activation. So I'm just going to connect to you, Taryn, and anybody else who wants to receive like the spillover. You're welcome to receive that as well. You just intend to receive, and then so it is. Okay. Okay, Taryn, we're going to begin. We're going to begin by taking some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just continuing to breathe deeply. And as you breathe deeply into yourself, just feeling into your body, becoming aware of any sensations, any tingles, warmth, or coolness. And as you move through your body, I just want you to envision the different layers. So starting at the skin and moving in inner, moving internal, more internally, into the muscle, the tendons, the ligaments, the blood, the organs, and breathing deeply into them. Breathing into the joints, the bones, the tendons, breathing even deeper now into the cells, all of the cells of the blood, of the bones, of the organs, the tissues. And I want you to keep breathing deeper still. Moving down into until you are able to tap into your DNA. And you can also just envision or visualize or know a DNA strand. Double helix. And I just want you to send your intentions, or bring your intentions to mind, rather. You don't have to send them anywhere. I just want you to bring them to your mind. And it's always for the highest and best good. And as we begin, we're gonna begin here in a minute. We're gonna begin activating here in a minute. But before we do, I want you to envision or know or feel a soft, bright, white, bluish light. It has like a slight bluish tint to it. We're just going to bring that down into the crown, into the head, into the face, and the third eye. Down into the throat, down into the shoulders, to the arms and hands, down into the chest and the back, down into the abdomen and the lower back, down into the hips, the genitals, the legs, the knees, and the lower legs, the feet and the toes. And we're going to move that down deeper still into the center of the earth. And as this white light penetrates each layer, going through the skin, the organ tissues, right? The muscle, the bone, the blood. Finally seeping deeper and deeper and deeper until it hits the DNA, activating it. And I just want you to envision or know or feel those DNA strands or those codices of the DNA turning on, glowing, activating the specific sequences and codices within the DNA that are ready to be activated, that are ready to come online. And I just want you to hold that image or that feeling or that knowing in your mind. Hleama wasi malhasa kua ma le amaku ma le shoa anaha ku ua hamasa e shamate ha alakiamata kule maasanate san a hamaka ale has kuye alamata le haas shikiawa. Kiana le asikia oaha sana kiawa sana kiawa te. Kuala sene kia anate amawa ata. Just holding that image in your mind, breathing deeply, allowing the DNA to activate and come online. Akama ana te hele has. Shikuale maha. Shikuale makaana te asasha ua. Kaleo mahaya na te kiawa se shaniha. Kamalea mawe has. Shemaleoe, te haama le, ko mahas, shana alawe, kumalahaya, se le amahas sanate amata ata a kete oasa, shele amate iaha makaoia sanate moate, le kianate amaoate amahahasa shias ma. Go ahead and take a deep breath for me. And exhale deeply. Just allowing that soft blue, white light allowing yourself to be immersed fully on all levels, moving through all levels of you, physical and non-physical, mental, emotional, all levels. Allowing for greater harmony, greater congruence between the mind, body, and spirit. I keep hearing action in my head. And I see the thing that they do the takes with on the movies or in the TV shows. They do the thing and it's like action. I also hear it in another way of bringing that physical embodiment, your actions into alignment with the spiritual knowing, the mental knowing. It's time to align that. That's the next component that needs to come into alignment. And when I say need, you know that I mean it's your choice. It's your choice of how or when to implement. However, I say it like this because that's how it kind of comes in for me. Is like kind of as this is where you're going, this is where you're being led, this is where you're being guided. Like that's the next component, to be fully aligned and fully aligned in all three of those, in all aspects of you. Because I keep hearing two, like, not even I'm hearing two, like it feels like there's like just two, whether it's mental and emotional, or sometimes it's like mental and body, or emotions and body. Like it's time to bring it all together and ground it into the body. Whatever that means. I have my own translation of it, but take that however it resonates. The last part is grounding the circuit of energy that you're creating within yourself. So as an example of what I'm hearing is, how do you ground claircognizance? What does that look like for you? And just breathing and allowing the activation to do its thing. Letting the DNA activate. So I'm also feeling like this is also coming in. I would say this is what is pretty normal, but it comes in as like a zip file. So as you align the different aspects, mind, body, spirit, as you bring those in alignment, more of the activation will, activate. More of the activation will turn on, or it'll be triggered. That's what I want to say. It'll be triggered, and more DNA will be triggered to come online. So at this point, what I feel is like it's alignment feels pretty crucial, and bringing all aspects into alignment. Okay? But you have a zip file going on. We activated what we could, but as you align all of the things, more of the activation will be triggered. So just seeing that DNA, those DNA sequences glowing super bright with that blue-white light, white-blue light. Feeling into those sequences, those codices. Seeing, observing if you receive any information. Know that this is going to come online in ways that are going to, like, in ways that are smooth and easy. You're not just going to like receive a jolt. You're going to receive exactly what you can handle, is, in other words. What I'm actually receiving is part of the activation is the action principle, bringing that into further alignment. Okay. So we're just going to balance everything out, center, or balance and ground. Lea mahai ku uasanate maha na lehea sekiamata ama ata 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 ata. And I want you to keep taking those deep breaths. Feeling into the sensations, the tingles, the warmth, the coolness, whatever it is. Wherever your awareness meanders to within your body. Maybe you feel a pulsing. Whatever it is, just feeling it. Okay. And I'm just waiting for your highest self to finish and disconnect. Lesamha. And so it is. Alrighty. How was that? Let me know how that went, Taryn. And if anybody else, I tend to lose my words after these things. If anybody else had any experiences that they want to share, please feel free to share. If you received. Whew, that was a lot. I need water. All right. I'm going to good looking out, Melissa. Okay. All right, I just wanted to scroll back and see if I missed anything. Nothing really. It was good. It was good. Yeah, there's quite a bit. So again, I would, as I always do, recommend lots of water to help those codes move through the body, because water is a conductor, and you definitely want to like move those codes through the body so the body can receive all of those to like the fullest capacity. Ooh, excuse me. We're still moving energy over here. And yeah, let me know how it goes. You're probably like, what you got? Like, what did you do the other day? We did energy healing on you. You should be like flying super high now. I would be. You gotta. It's time to ground and be here. That's probably what they were saying. How do I ground it though? Yeah. That's kind of what I was getting, is that like there's so much energy here and floating around. It's time to like ground it through the body. It depends on what you're talking about. Like, how do you ground what? So, for example, one can kind of be connected like to what their values are, right? However, if they're not acting in alignment with those values, if they're not acting in accordance with those values, then that energy remains up here. It remains ungrounded. You have to actually bring it in. So I'll give you a really practical example. So there was, let's see, I had a couple experiences that were triggering me to recognize my value and my worth around just like relationships, connections, etc. And what kept happening is I would bring in people that would test that. Oh, are you sure? Are you sure you know? Are you sure you know? I didn't really know, because knowing is synonymous with doing. It's synonymous with action. So what happened was those catalyzed me. Those relationships catalyzed me in a way of like, oh, okay, my values. Okay, now I'm not available for this. I'm not available for this. And guess what? Those values now become a filter for what I'm available for and what I'm not. And if people show up in a way that is incongruent with my values, I either don't respond, or I politely, depending on the situation, I might politely respond. I might just politely not respond. But it taught me a lot about like the type of relationships I was allowing into my life and the type of people I was allowing into my life, because I wasn't like, I knew my values up here, but they weren't in my body yet. They weren't like here. Okay. Does that make sense? It might be a little bit hard to explain. When you know. I might be able to come up with a different example, a better example. But let me know. It makes sense? Okay, cool. Yeah, you got to bring it in the body. So like your claircognizance, how they were saying, well, how do you want to use it? Do you want to use it to give other people readings? Do you want to use it or utilize that skill in order to, benefit from the information that comes through? Like, how do you want to utilize it? Not just like, oh, I want to activate all of my things and now I have them. How do you want to use it? Okay. And making sure that's in alignment with, who you want to be. Okay. All right, let's do last call for paid, or free and paid. Let's do our last call. Okay. Let's do last call for free. So our freebies are general, and then leave a comment with your name, or like, as I like to say, leave a name with your comment. And then the paid services, those are all of the thingies there. It's also in the poll down below. Okay. You're welcome, Taryn. Love you, love you, love you. And so, so Sam, with the free general readings, there's no like mediumship. Mediumship is only only paid because it takes a lot of energy for me to connect in that way. And so, yeah. So I always require an exchange, is what I was saying. Who was I saying? Oh, so there's two. No, there's not. I'm kidding. Michelle. Shell 62. So let me know that you're here. I see you, but let me know that you're here and you're like listening. So I hear you. Okay, I got you. I would say to that, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I don't even want to attempt butchering it, but you say, I really want to tap into my highest self, need advice about how to get there. I feel like one of the ways is realizing that you're never not connected. And the way I like to envision it is, wherever you want to envision your higher self, sometimes you can be like, oh, it's beside me. I feel it above me. I feel mine above me. So I intend to connect to my highest self. And then I just sit there in that connection for 5 minutes. That's like a little baby step to start with. And then the more you connect, or you sit there in that connection, you can start asking questions and different things like that. But you're never not connected. It's just about starting a dialogue and opening the flow of communication and learning how you uniquely connect to your highest self, and learning, almost like learning your love language, your own love language, learning how you connect to your own self and how your higher self speaks to you. Does that make sense? That's one little baby step. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. All right. It makes sense. Okay. All right, Michelle. Wait, did I see? You're welcome. Hadley. Have we, I don't know. Is it? Okay. All right, Michelle. There we are. So I'm going to connect to you, Michelle. It is our last call for free and paid readings or paid services. Michelle. Okay, there you are. Got you. All right. And there, almost. Psych. I'm going to cut the deck. It like flipped and then it flipped back. It was like, I'm just kidding. All right, how's everybody doing? Is anybody resonating with other people's like readings? Is anybody getting any insights? Okay. All right, Michelle, your card is trust. It's upside down, I know. Initiation. So it's initiation trust. This is like a super huge initiation, in my opinion. Really, really big. Because if we mistrust ourselves, or we distrust ourselves or the world, it can create a lot of complications, especially in relationships, any type of relationships, right? Especially romantic, but like any type of relationships, whether it's family, friends, business partners, all of them. And it can also really, it also reflects our relationship with ourselves, like that we mistrust and distrust ourselves on some level. And so this is where I'm feeling called to go and reflect here. So I'm just going to reflect some light there. So I would ask myself, if I were you, my dear, I would ask myself, there's a couple of things, there's a couple of questions that are coming up. Why don't I trust myself? I would even go deeper into examining or exploring what happened to cause me to distrust or mistrust myself. Was it my parents or family? Is that maybe inherited through the bloodline, or was that something that I created? What memories come up around that? So the way that I'm feeling it is, it's the mistrust is causing a breakdown in communication. Does that make sense? That's how I hear it. Is that there's something that the mistrust does, because mistrust can cause doubt, right? I don't know. Is this person, especially if it's in a relationship, right? I'm not sure if I can trust this person. Is this person lying to me? I don't know. And then it's causing some kind of breakdown in the communication. But this is like internal. It's reflected internally, and it's reflecting externally. So it's happening on the inside, but it's also reflecting externally as well. So I would ask myself, where did the mistrust come in? Where was I taught? Was I taught this? Did I learn this? Where is this coming from? And then, are you ready to release the mistrust so that you can, in turn, trust? Doubt within yourself. Yeah. And then it's causing a breakdown. Causing a breakdown of communication within yourself, of like clear communication. And I'm talking like spirit. You communicating to yourself as spirit, knowing your spirit. And that can take a lot of time, not necessarily a lot of time, but it can take to process, to really allow yourself to release, give yourself permission to release the BS, right? The belief systems, the bullshit, the things, the trauma, whatever it is, releasing that heaviness, the density, so that you can, like, what do you need to learn is the other question. What do I need to learn? Or what am I required to learn in this moment? Or what is this here to teach you? I know I said that a couple of different ways, but however you want to phrase that is, what is this here to teach me? I mean, obviously you're learning about trust, but like, there's some other things that are surrounding that as well. And also I would ask, how can I shift into trust fully? How can I trust myself fully? How can I release the doubt? Because the doubt gotta go. You create doubt in someone's mind, you can break their fucking reality like that. All you have to do is create doubt. Isn't that scary? It's not to create fear, but it's more to create awareness. This is how, like, this is how entities work. They kind of feed or prey on our blind spots, which are created by trauma, negative belief systems, fear-based belief systems. That fear, they hide in those blind spots, and all they have to do, they don't have to do a whole lot. They just create doubt. And then they can feed on that, feed on that, and feed on that. And so that's just to say, that's not saying that you have anything like that I'm going on. It's just saying like that's what I was just called to say. I think that's someone else either watching now live or on the replay might need to hear that. So the doubt, I would also ask, do some self-reflectioning on how can I release the doubt? How can I turn my doubt into, no doubt, into straight conviction of I'm here, I'm fly, I'm a badass, I know what I'm doing, I'm valuable, I matter, into whatever other story, like that I'm triumphant, that I'm victorious, you know what I mean? That I'm magnificent AF. How can I release that doubt? And then ask your higher self, how can I release that doubt? Show me. And then be prepared because your higher self will show you. So definitely ask, ask those questions, see what percolates, see what comes up, or let it percolate, see what comes up. And then, if you want to shift it, ask your higher self to help you shift it. And then pull your big girl panties up, because your higher self may take you on a ride and show you how to shift that. But you can also ask, like, how can I shift this in easily and gently? Sometimes we learn best through polarity, but that's not the only way we learn. We can also learn through joy. Some people think, especially when we come to like doing our shadow work and our internal work, that it's all got to be like a struggle and a challenge and no, but like it can be, a lot of it can be, especially if we're processing like denser emotions. That can definitely be one of the ways we process and have our come to Jesus moments, so to speak. But we can also learn through joy. So you get to ask for what you prefer. Also know that if you want to become aware, sometimes whatever you're required to know yourself through and as, you're going to have to do it. It's going to come to you in whatever way it needs to come to you in order for you to have more self-awareness of, and like really excavating deep down into pulling up that self-doubt root from the root, from the root, and getting it out of there, and then how do I shift it from there? Okay. I hope that makes sense. I know I kind of went on a tangent, but yeah, yours is also all about trust. Okay. Melissa, are you here, my dear? I don't think Melissa's here. I'm going to block this guy. Makes sense. The doubt is extremely poor self-confidence. Yeah. And that doubt is a liar. It's just something that you were taught that was true, but it's actually false. It's not even truth. It's not even based in truth. I think that was a bot, Melissa. I don't know. I feel like accounts that come in here and do that, I feel like those are bots. I could be wrong though. I was like, Melissa, what are you doing? I'm kidding. You're welcome, Michelle. It's all good. It's all good. Madeline, just ask your higher self yourself. See, what I'm here to do is help people. This is why I'm going to transition. I'm going to be transitioning slowly off of doing readings, because I want to help people learn how to do this for themselves. Because you have access. And I really like to help people get in touch with that for themselves, because that's empowering. But if you're to rely on me, I do understand, I get it, but I definitely don't want to create like a crutch or reliance either, right? So I would just sit in a quiet space, my dear, and call in your highest self, and then just sit there, ask your question, what was that all about? And sit there for 5 to 10 minutes. See if any like thoughts pop into your head, or any like just a straight up answer. Does a song pop into your head? Do thoughts pop into your head? See what kind of comes through. And if nothing comes through, then you go about your day. And then you gotta remind yourself to stay open and aware for synchronicities, for little things that might bring your awareness to, like, little things that might happen that bring your awareness to, oh, that reminds me of that shift. Okay. And so like you start creating these little connections for yourself, right? But that's what I would suggest, because you got to build this for yourself. I can't do the work for you. I wouldn't want to, honestly, because that would be disempowering you. I'd rather teach you. I wasn't saying you were a bot. This goddess of numerology person is a bot. I wasn't speaking to you, my dear. I do private readings. I do. I do facilitate private readings. You can find them on my website. I'm going to be changing all of that to make it a lot more seamless. But yeah, I do on my website. It's inside of me, but the tools. Yeah, exactly. And that comes with, like, little practices and little exercises, right? Yeah, I get that. To me, I did share with you, Madeline, what it felt like to me. It feels like you went through a shift, and like you experienced it. You experienced it. Like, oh, it was a shift. Like a quantum shift almost. And that can leave someone feeling like, wait, what happened? What happened there? Yeah, I already did it. What's up, Grace? What is going on here? Bot alert. All right. Oh, thank you. I didn't even see that you did that. Okay. Absolutely. What is your name, my dear? I don't want to like butcher your name, and I'm like, an initial? I'm not. I don't even want. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's exactly how you felt. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. So see, you already know, Madeline. You already know. You're just doubting that you know. You're mistrusting your intuition. And so that's what really blocks intuition, is that we second guess it, we doubt it. And so you already felt it. You already know. An inshell. Okay, an inshell. It's pretty. I like that. An inshell. An inshell. I like that. It's really pretty. Yeah, Hadley. Okay, Hadley. Yeah, that's pretty. I like both of your names. All right. So it is 11:11 here. And And I think that's going to be it for me for tonight. I think that's going to be it for me for tonight, my dears, my friends. But I will be back most likely tomorrow if I feel good, I feel in alignment with more free and paid readings. So to answer your question, Grace, if you catch me tomorrow around the same time, I'll probably be here doing free readings again. So thank you guys. Thank you, Melissa, for modding, and have a great night. Good night. Good night.